All right, mates, welcome back. Crypto Lovers Trading Group, part two, Bitcoin, the real story. Okay, the real story. Okay, that fundamentally have to change your mindset regarding Bitcoin in order to profit the way in which you should profit. Okay, again, Bitcoin gets treated far too much by the media, far too much on social media, far too much by journalists, okay, as it's a relation to the dollar. Okay, it's nothing to do with the dollar. Okay. Every time you hear that, just tune it out. Okay. We covered before in part one. The dollar is manipulated just like everything else in this world. Okay. By governments. Okay. It's just the only difference is the government does it. All right. Start to see Bitcoin as a supply oriented asset, like a commodity. Okay. And what impacts those commodities more than anything else is supply. What impacts the supply of Bitcoin more than anything else? Even greater than buying and selling and trading, the halving, because the halving actually reduces, right? It reduces and reduces and reduces. Okay. And we have gone through now 3 halvings. Okay. November 28th, 2012. Okay. June 9th, 2016. May 11th, 2020. Okay. This is the 5-year graph of Bitcoin. Okay. Doesn't really matter where you got in. Okay. If you look at the long-term hodlers metric, 98% of people who own Bitcoin are in profit right now. Okay. What does that tell you? Okay. It's been going up and up and up. And the reason why it's been going up and up and up is because every 4 years in the white paper, okay, Bitcoin halves. Go back and listen to part one about what the halving means, okay, in terms of supply and its impact on supply, in terms of how many Bitcoins are generated every 10 minutes on the network, okay? At some point, supply is what? Maxed, right? Done. What happens to the value of every Bitcoin in everybody's possession then? This is why when you hear people talk about 300,000 Bitcoin and people just dismiss them, people think they're crazy, people think they're just total crypto heads, that they've lost their minds. These are why these people are the ones making millions of dollars in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. It's because they fundamentally understand what Wall Street and 99% of the people aren't really grasping is Bitcoin, while a cryptocurrency, and we have this notion of what a currency is that's been taught to us by government institutions who manipulate currencies for their own bidding, okay? Instead of seeing it as a commodity, like a farmer would. Think of a farmer in middle America who doesn't have access to seeds. What happens to the price of seeds? Well, it doubles and triples and quadruples, okay, and goes up and up and up. What happened to Bitcoin? How about after it halved in 2012, which is way over here, it rose 350, 400 times. Okay? Think about that. In 2016, it rose 90 times. So it had here in June of 16, okay, here all the way to here after a year. Okay? Look at this up here, right after 2020 halving. Okay? 2021, the reason why I can sit and say $55,000, $60,000 and laugh at people who laugh at me, the same people who laughed at me in June when I said Bitcoin would be 22,500 to 24,000, is because look at the pattern in your chart. This is when people who dismiss technical analysis are absurd to me. Okay. And there are plenty of people on YouTube who are bashing technical analytics, saying you don't need them to trade. They're absurd. Okay. It's a gimmick. Okay. Because what the technical analytics show you and the on-chain metrics is Bitcoin's going higher. Bitcoin's going to 50,000 in 2021. And the reason why you know that is look at each 3 previous halvings and what happens. The year after halving, so in 2021, Bitcoin explodes. It's happened time and time again. It's a supply and demand commodity, okay? And as we get older in this cycle, there's less and less and less supply. I can't reiterate that enough. Long term, buy Bitcoin.